This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we'll begin with the flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Randy, you're gonna lose your map here.
Oh, I was looking over there, looked different.
Clean slate.
I think they're gonna have to move that bracket and take the bulletin board down first.
Isn't that kind of low? We're gonna
Yeah.
be in front of the TV. Well, I don't
It
know.
is. It's,
See?
This is my own birthday. Oh, this is a long skinny one.
oh, thank you.
All right, we'll begin with public forum. There's no one in the room, and I don't see anyone online. Agenda approval. Any additions to the agenda? If not, the agenda is approved, and we'll move into administrative.
Okay. We have early checks.
Okay, commission's had a chance to review the early checks.
Too low.
Any questions? If not, is there a motion to approve?
I'd make that motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Dahlke to.
Second.
And second by Commissioner Gehring to approve checks in the grand total amount of $4,920.50. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0.
That fence repair, that one over on you, Joni, that you brought in?
Say what?
Is that fence repair that
Yes.
check, it's on you over there, the check with
Oh, yeah.
grader wiped out?
Yeah.
We are submitting to insurance to see if we can get any of that
Okay.
reimbursed.
Okay, thank you.
As of right now, we don't know if that'll be approved, and we wanted to go ahead and get it paid. so.
Right.
It's been out there for a while.
Yeah,
Keeps customers happy.
Well,
no problem, I just,
we may need those fence guys.
well, I don't know if we're, I'll just say something else.
That fence thing was the issue we had.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
it's, Grader got into it.
Okay, what else do you have for us this morning?
Josh had asked me to check with the board to see if the transfer station, instead of just closing on the paid holiday on Friday, could also close on Saturday. So I'm asking.
As long as he didn't have, and he was in here a while ago, talked to
Okay.
Kent and I, and
Okay.
he mentioned it to us, and my concern was if he had any designated for trash services that would come in on Friday, or anything like that, that he'd make arrangements, or he'd come to
Yeah.
work, one of the two. And the other thing is, I think he checked with Tina, is if it didn't short anybody on hours or anything like that, where the payroll could all be handled, so.
So if they're normally scheduled on Saturday, they would have to, like, obviously they wouldn't be paid for that day. Because
Yeah,
only
no, I-
Friday's the paid holiday, they're not gonna
I-
get 2 paid holidays, so.
They just
Well-
be short hours.
So they can take paid time off.
The
or they
public
can-
kinda expects us to be open on Saturday morning, and there's a lot of people that's the only time they bring their trash. And that's, over the years that I've been on the commission, Randy too, we've gotten calls about that, if we were closed on Saturday.
Yeah.
That was the only time.
So you're recommending they stay open?
Is that any good?
This conference will now be recorded.
You're out of executive session, no decisions made. So the next item on the agenda is Alloy Architecture at 10:30.
Want to take a break?
Let's take a recess until 10:30.
Okay.
That'll give a chance to stretch and Tina to sit up for another contact.
Okay. I'm gonna shut
Yes.
camera down for.
Yep,
And
we'll be back.
It's not gonna last. I'm better off
That was me calling.
I saw
by
that.
You can sit up here.
by the good quality. I'm better off financially.
Did you get Cody's email?
No, we weren't staff meeting.
I'll share it, Randy.
Was it this morning?
Yes.
Okay, we're on, whenever you're ready.
All right. We're out of recess, back in, and commission,
5:30 this morning.
and ready for Alloy Architecture.
Oh.
Chris, I see that you're online. Can you hear the commissioners?
Chris, can you hear us? There you
There he
go.
is.
We can see you.
Yeah, we can't hear you yet.
That work?
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
You're pretty quiet.
Can you make it bigger?
Should we make him bigger? Yeah, who's talking?
Who's talking? Is the volume okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of quiet.
Okay, I think I got all my settings as good as I can, so.
That'll work. I think we can
I'll
hear you
speak
now.
loudly.
Thank you. We appreciate you joining us today. The committee and Krista very much appreciate your work in coming up with the design in phase 1, phase 2. We know there were a lot of options explored, and the commission appreciates the final version that's come out. So now we're looking at what the next step would be, what phase 3 would involve. If you could explain that a little bit for us.
So phase 2, we prepared a concept level schematic plan and exterior renderings, which I think you all have seen.
Hey, Dave,
So,
you that's all?
going forward from here,
Yeah.
in phase 3 would be the completion of the construction documents, including all the engineers, to get the mechanical, electrical, structural, and civil engineers to complete their drawings, to end up with a full set of drawings that you can pick out to get built. That would be phase 3.
Okay, questions from the commission?
What about the tear down and the demolition of the building that's there?
We included in our cost estimate, dollars to do that demolition. That'd be part of the construction.
Okay.
On the plans, are they gonna be good enough to send to people to get quotes on what it costs to build, or like specs on the building and the interior and exterior?
Not yet.
Yeah, at the end of phase 3, you'll have a full set of construction documents that you can get bids from, and you can send to the state and the city for their review. Be ready to build.
The rezoning for that property, it's currently business, would need to be governmental. Would you take care of the rezoning, or is that something we need to do here?
I think we do it here, don't we?
I'd have to talk with my civil engineer with EBH. They would handle that. And I don't know if we have that in our contract at this time or not.
Okay,
When we did the RFP, it was assumed that the county would handle the
Okay.
majority of that process, but with the architect being available for specific questions or that sort of thing.
might help the process.
Right,
Okay. Well, and before we didn't have a design.
right.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You get that garage lengthened?
I have not. Chris, you have not sent the latest plan with the garage out to the end, have you?
I haven't made that change yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we sure will.
I figured I better just check and see.
See it hand drawn over here.
Okay. What's the time frame on getting the complete drawings? If we give you the okay to go ahead.
Now let me pull up what we presented to you guys in our proposal here.
What, 3 to 6?
3 to 9 weeks.
3 to 9 weeks,
phase
yeah, something.
three in their plan that they sent initially.
Didn't know how busy you were down there.
Okay, we had, phase 3 was 9 weeks. 9 weeks is what we presented to you in our original proposal this summer.
Chris, does phase 3 include does that include interior design as well?
Yes, all the interior design, right?
Okay.
All the engineering, interior design, everything you need to get it built. It does not include furniture and equipment. That's all on your side.
The storm shelter will go in as an alternate, and the generator will go in as an alternate.
Yeah, we had broken out
Those items,
several.
those will all be alternates?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends if Krista gets a grant for the storm shelter.
Well, yeah.
Now the generator itself, which I don't know how big of a generator powers what, but at least for vaccine fridges and freezers, we have to have a generator powered to that. But the rest of the building is not a have to.
But I think we ought to power the whole building.
I would. I mean,
Yeah.
once you're doing it,
It
you're doing
doesn't
it.
cost much more to get the next step up. And that way you could be,
But
in a time of emergency, you could be fully functional. Another county office could come in and set up business if they needed to.
I was just double checking because that sheet had everything broke out, so I was just making sure that those were all alternates.
That we could take off.
Yeah.
Other questions?
Do we have any, you present what, is there steps in this step 3? Is there any steps where you present us something, we say, no, that's too high a budget or anything like that? Is there any allowance for anything like that? Chris?
Kind of went silent there. Randy, say that again?
Through this process here, do you have any allowances, like you present us something for our opinion on budget or anything like that right now at this process? I mean, to whether we like it, whether we don't like certain parts of what stage 3 is, or stage 3 all just handed in our lap?
No, phase 3 would involve probably bi-weekly meetings where you'd have a chance to look at it every 2 weeks. And we would present probably, probably 3 full sets where we send you like what we call a design development level. And then we'd probably do a 30 and 60% construction document level for your review. So yeah, plenty of opportunity to get feedback from you.
Okay. And how about a person on site? Does stage 3 include anything for a person on site here for construction process? Checks and meets and bounds and stuff like that?
Phase 3 does not include any construction observation on our part. Once the design is done and we turn the drawings over to bids and construction, that's the end of our phase 3. We typically do offer construction observation services, but that was not requested in your RFP.
What kind of dollar amount is that? Do you have a ballpark?
Usually when we set it aside, it's about 25% of the overall fee. So we're at $80,000 fee. what's 25% of that? Or 15 to
25%.
20,
Be 20.
15,000.
15 to
And
20?
typically what that includes is we'll be on site, either depending on the work that's actually going on, sometimes every 2 weeks, sometimes once a month, we'll be on site, we'll do field reports and just look at the progress and make sure it's being built according to the drawings. We'll review pay applications that the contractors submit, make sure they're asking for a fair amount, monthly as they submit their invoices. We'll look at all the questions that the contractor may have, respond to those questions. That's all part of what we would do during the construction phase.
Otherwise, it's just left up to the construction manager at risk to,
Yeah.
to make a choice and not understand the ripple effect that they're about to create.
And the owner's rep, right, to work together to resolve it. And sometimes when we have owners that have a lot of construction experience, they choose to handle the construction observation themselves.
Other questions?
Is there any other fees involved at all other than what you've just described that we need to be aware of? That you, on your end?
No, that's not have any additional fees besides that.
Okay.
And how soon would we have to have a commitment if we were gonna go ahead and have you oversight? Could that come way later, or does that choice have to be made now?
No, that could come way later. If we're looking at 9 weeks to design it, probably typically we have about a month for the state and plan review folks to kind of look at the plans. So that's, yeah, could be towards the very end of the drawing submittal before you decide whether you want to hire us for that extra piece or not.
Don't say that to women that do that all the time. Don't say that. Don't even say that out of your mouth.
No, they don't.
Okay.
It's usually the man that has to coerce the woman.
Chris, I know that you kind of talked about this briefly. Outside of just the blueprint drawings, what all is included with phase 3, or can you go into detail about the phase 3 process? Or
Yeah. So phase 3 would be every 2 weeks we meet with Krista and the commission staff team, probably the Dave and Randy team, to further develop the designs, to get to that design development set. We'll have the engineers on board, so we'll be able to talk about the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems with you guys. And then issue the design development set, 30% set, 60. So several opportunities to kind of bounce things around and look at the details beyond what we have so far. And then finalize the drawings and submit it to the city and state.
If we so choose to bring somebody with us on the design, that's an option for us to decide, Chris?
Yeah, whoever you guys want to have on your team to be a part of these meetings, yeah, that's
Okay.
up to you.
Think we're ready to move ahead? Want to discuss it, or?
Any last questions for Chris? Any other questions? If not, I'm gonna say thank you, Chris, for the information. Again, thank you for getting us to this point. We'll go ahead and make a decision, and Krista will get back to you with an answer, so.
Great, thanks you guys, appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, any other discussion in the commission?
The building up there still has power to it. I don't know if we wanna shut all the utilities off and disconnect from the gas.
Well, we'll wait for the drawings first, because we haven't even went out for bid on construction. So we need for them to complete this phase before we. Do you still have a renter in there?
No,
That's-
No,
that's clear
no,
out.
it's empty.
and we have full access.
It's just, the pickup load of junk is left. And we do have a nice heating and AC and it's so attached to the building.
I just wondered,
No use paying utilities on it, there's nothing in it.
well, it just depends, is there any water lines in it? Well, I guess you
Yeah.
shut the water off.
Yeah.
but-
I mean, that's what I was wondering, if we need to shut it down,
Yeah. you gotta-
disconnect it from the world,
Yeah.
so we don't have frozen pipes.
Well, I wonder if we winterize, like, but you may need some utilities on the
Yeah.
site for a period of time.
You're gonna need, just for, I mean, that's on down the way, but you're gonna need, water for the limestone part, so they can mix mortar.
Well, yeah, but when they build the building,
Yeah, so I mean, there's gonna
that's
be.
long, that's
Yeah.
9 months away.
Yeah, and you can shut it off at the tap, the city should be able to back up.
They're
the
gonna
tap.
have to be moved,
Yeah,
'cause I think we're gonna have to go further back on the lot.
yeah.
They're gonna have to move a meter or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move everything back further on the lot.
Well, the water meter should be up there by the street.
Yeah,
So, it won't need to,
I
unless it's in
just-
the driveway.
you know, quit paying the minimum gas bill,
Right.
minimum electricity, and,
Yeah.
because there's plenty of daylight in there without, if you wanna go in and look around and do something.
Oh, we don't need any broken pipes either.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if we wanna offer it to anybody to come and strip the building
To
out.
remove the building.
Remove light fixtures, just some cabinets. and-
The shelving in there goes to the food bank, so I just need to let them know that it,
There's only one piece of shelving left.
Yeah. But it still needs to go to the food bank.
Oh, no, but I've been talking to Gene, I mean, they need to go in and get whatever they want.
Well,
You just don't turn to people.
No, I mean, we're gonna, not open it to the public, but
Well, if there's anything that belongs to them.
like the
Just-
Rat
so
Pack,
I
would they
did get a request from someone who donated a bunch of that tin that's in there for when it was a youth center, like all of there's tin on the ceilings, barn tin, and on
on
the
the
counter.
cabinet.
And those folks had donated that, put that in, they were wondering if they potentially could have that back.
Yeah, that's what I want, you know, just some light fixtures, and like that tin.
All right, we've got several different items going here. Let's go back to utilities first, wrap that up. Do you recommend shutting utilities
Sure.
off?
Yeah.
Is that a consensus by the board?
Yeah.
Okay, let's shut off utilities.
We want to
Then-
disconnect, not
Okay.
shut off.
Disconnect utilities.
Permanent,
Wow.
don't we?
You do, but yeah,
You tell us.
you need to give intentions to the gas company that this property's gonna be razzed or torn down.
Right.
Yeah.
And so make sure that they're starting their process to get their utilities off of this property.
But we gotta get the plan to show them what we're gonna be at. We don't have any.
Yeah,
but you can give them concept.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, concept gives you a lot.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's a good part to do that. And then on the property, besides the building itself, as I've seen a construction company take, in Peabody, I've seen a construction company take the roof from the parking out there and put it on their own property. And so, whether that's a charge for somebody, whether we sell that, whether we, I don't know if anybody wants it, maybe somebody close might want it.
Again, we've got several different categories.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up utilities, and then
Yeah.
we'll move to salvage, and then we'll move to the specific
Okay.
salvage. So utilities, let's wrap that up.
Yeah.
Disconnect, is that right? With the intention that it will be reconnected with the
Disconnect
utilities.
that.
It'll be, everything will be relocated.
Right. Okay, got that. Now let's move into the salvage. Do you want to give that a few more weeks to mull through that? Because it doesn't have, the salvage thing's gonna have to be removed immediately. We've got some time.
You could could take some sealed bids, I guess, for removal. But then that would save you on the contract for demo.
I think if something like.
Because instead of paying for somebody to take rid of it, you might wind up somebody paying you to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you had an individual that donated that barn tin, I would certainly give that individual
We,
the right.
So, okay, so let's handle the barn tin first. So that is a specific donation from a specific
Right, if it was
individual.
a specific donation, let the one that donated have a first right of refusal.
Okay, is that consensus that they, if they want it, they can get it?
But
And I got the combination to the back door.
we need to make sure.
So we got the barn tin taken care of.
I'm sure there's no issues that person probably did donate it, and this, is there any kind of proof?
I'll check with Gene Winkler.
Okay.
Yeah, he.
That way it's not, oh, they just said they gave it to you, and they took it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, verified donations.
Mhm.
Okay, then we come back to the salvage. It was mentioned about doing sealed bids.
I think do that real quick, like, if the air conditioner's in there and the heater, do that and.
Well, we want to save those maybe. We
No,
gonna
not for
sell
this
it?
building.
I'd sell.
That's- If someone's willing to pay for it.
We want new, especially like the stuff we got going on with the jail, you know, you got warranty issues.
I mean, I'd like to get that air conditioner inside before it disappears sometime.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's still there.
So how about
Be honest with you.
we tackle that one after the election coming up for putting it out for sealed bids?
Yeah, sealed bids on different items.
Yes.
That'll give commissioners time to think about other items that might be, maybe even exterior tin, metal.
Is the old barn back there is full of tin, it might be, somebody may want that even.
Because even if you got a sealed bid for $0,
Yeah.
you're not paying for demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone. Okay, we'll give you a week or two to think
Okay.
about coming up with a list of different items that could be potentially put up for sealed bids. Okay, does that get us through the salvage and utilities?
Building property, getting to start the
Yeah.
process. I mean, we don't want to be sitting here, oh, we still got a building up when they're ready to go 9 weeks from
Well,
now.
if that's the point, then you take their demo number and you move.
Yeah.
You don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, then let's come back to the biggest issue, which is the commission ready to proceed with phase 3 with Alloy Architecture? $80,000?
It says $80,900.
$80,900 for the phase 3, which we discussed.
This was the middle of the line one, and I think we're getting quality and quantity out of it, so.
I would say for Alloy, they worked with us, we changed what we wanted, time.
Moved it
time
here,
every
moved it
time.
back.
Yeah, and things, they worked with us. I appreciated that very much, to be able to just look at it, see it, and then go back and make some more changes and things.
They made changes too to help us.
And then they made changes to help us too. All the, yeah, so I really, there is a person that would take that design and do a design build that we had. There's a person that would do that, I know that. But it's for the commission to decide whether we want to go through that step and have to maybe find the EVH person, maybe, I don't know whether, I didn't ask him that today, and I was going to, forgot it, whether that build is the done deal, or whether they complete and still cost money to do the
I
ground.
think there's some contingencies on the architectural part, right, as far as grants. So I think that, for some reason in my head, I thought we had ruled out the design build based on funding mechanisms.
Okay.
Some grants don't allow,
Oh,
design build
Okay.
as an option.
okay.
And one thing, once Alloy is done
Yeah.
with their part, then we can open it up to
You
contractors.
get grants started with her and stuff like that, so then, in that case, I'm with you on that, might go ahead with the Alloy.
Okay, is there a motion to that effect?
I would make that motion, go ahead with Alloy for 80,000 and some.
900.
900, 80,000,
For
900.
phase 3.
For stage 3.
We have motion, Commissioner Dahlke, Alloy Architecture's proposal for phase 3, $80,900. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second, Commissioner Crowfoot, discussion.
One thing you might keep in the back of your mind is, when that's way down the road, but as a commission gonna be in favor of raiding the general fund, or we're gonna finance it? I mean, that doesn't have to be active, it's just, I'm just bringing it up to keep in the back of your mind.
You know, talking $80,000, it's not no drop in the bucket, but.
No, I'm not talking about the 80,000, I'm talking about in construction.
But we can, I'm just reassuring, there's no, if it comes in at $4 million, right, there's no commitment that we spend more than $80,000 right now. We can stop.
Yes.
Okay, other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
Nate?
Motion carried 4-1. Commissioner Becker opposed.
Chris did send over the contract for phase 3 if you guys were moving into it. I do have enough copies for all of you. It's like 14 pages, so.
It's the AIA, it's the standard.
But
Do we,
again,
do we need council review before
Staff review.
not staff review? That's, okay,
Totally.
With,
Have you looked at
signature
it?
pending staff review.
No.
I think you know that I understand all of that.
So, I mean, if you wanna make a motion to accept it pending staff review, you can do that, sign it, and then, I can look it over and Brad can look it over, and you all can
Very good.
read it.
I would make that motion. Second by Commissioner Gary. All in favor, say aye.
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 All
Aye.
opposed, nay.
Nate?
4-1. Commissioner Becker opposed. So,
I'm
Krista.
sorry, who was the second? I'm sorry.
Jordan.
Thank you.
So Krista, if you go ahead, pass those out.
Okay.
And make
I'll-
sure she gets one.
Yeah. I'll send them down one at a time, because I'm a lot of pages.
And is it, full signatures, or is it just the commission chair that?
It says owner signature on there.
Are you ready for lights back on, or do we
Yeah.
like, it's kind of mellow, and just, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I kinda like it,
It's
but
nice.
Well, the glare off of the TV up there, just
Oh, I know.
that was very good.
Yes.
pass that down. You got one for Tina?
Yes, I'll sign this one, give it to her.
Okay.
Do you have this on electronic?
Yes.
Just send me that.
Okay. I do have enough if you would like.
You can have that one after he
What?
signs this one.
Okay,
Use it.
yeah.
Everybody got one that wants one?
I just want the electronic. I carry around far too much paper.
You can send it to me too.
Okay. That one, please.
So what do you want, what do we do about that?
Do you have
Word situation? I mean, I feel like we need to take that down, take the artwork down, and if there's no paint behind there, we're going to paint it.
Pay it.
Do you want me to, does the board want me to get someone to just take care of that?
Yes. Consensus too.
Yeah, if they're painting anyway, I'm not gonna. That non-matching duct. If it's not a big deal.
Do I then wait to contact them until after you guys meet again?
No, you can go ahead.
It should mostly.
Let that go for Tina.
I'll send out
This is just
a,
information for her.
Oh.
Yeah, the contract is through Tina, but
so I'll follow up and I'll loop you in, but
Okay.
basically what will happen next is, and if there are any changes that need to be made, we'll request that. So we're gonna have to review it before we say
Gotcha.
yes, and we'll issue a notice to proceed.
Okay.
You can always, any changes you find, you can always strike those, rewrite what you think needs to be there, and send it to the signature.
Okay.
And then that way, then if they accept it that way, then you don't have to do the whole process again.
Do you want, I believe it came PDF. Do you want that?
Yeah,
This-
just forward it,
Okay.
that would be good, thanks.
I have one final question to ask you, as far as as I'm concerned anyway, is going through design and building out here. I know there's not me, I don't see nobody here, except maybe Jonah. And I know Jonah don't wanna accept that kind of responsibility to go as a manager on through.
It depends if my office manager will put in a bid, guaranteed, if on the electrical portion. Right?
Oh, I see,
And
I see, yes.
if he wins it, I don't want any part of that.
So
oversight.
what's your question?
My question would be then, I'm just going, then, not seeing nobody here, do we go out and get somebody to step in and sort of protect us from here on for design and build?
It's really, as far as holding contractors' feet to the fire, no matter how much I dislike it, when I'm on the job, nobody does it like an architect. I mean, they want it a certain way, they want it to look a certain way, their name's gonna be on it. I mean, for as much as they are a pain for me, there is nobody better than them. But I would do it if we don't win the contract. I'll
Does the
say
city
that.
use a building inspector?
Yes, we have one.
Yeah.
In the city.
That doesn't give you
Doesn't protect the owner.
the reason, yeah, I mean, different way. But the architect is actually giving you a purchased product that you thought, I was gonna get this, and you're upset when you didn't get that. Well, the architect is the one that keeps that in mind. The building inspector is more, is it functional, is it meet fire code, is it, they're not getting sold a lemon. It may not be the prettiest thing, but it will be functional.
I just know that I have talked to Cody Nelson and didn't know what everybody's input was to follow out, but I do want us protected because last time that we built over here,
Yeah.
things happened at the transfer station. And didn't see him till get out
To the end.
We get out and there's a crooked driveway. The picture looks straight, but it's actually 2% or 3%, whatever they put
Just
in.
enough mattered.
Yeah.
But that was also handed off, wasn't?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 different people in
Yeah, they
on
kinda-
it,
That
yes.
was engineering design.
Engineer, inside the engineering staff, yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean about that ripple effect, is, oh, well, we have these footings in the ground here, so can't we just tweak this a little bit? And everybody's like, yeah, that's not gonna hurt anything. But they're supposed to be the ones that catch that no, that's gonna cause grief, or that they put their pipe in the wrong place. We'll just move this wall, and well, then that throws everybody else's stuff out of whack. And you're dealing with a whole bunch of different people at once, and you gotta make sure it all stays in line with what your original vision is.
And the other thing was on that building over there, from experience, looking at the picture, it looked like you could drive through either way.
Yeah.
And now it's a one-way drive through there.
Yeah, without doing some site work.
Site work and stuff like that, and so I'm just asking, be thinking about it, whether, and John, I appreciate your input, because, I wouldn't have caught that, even, and I didn't catch it on that over there, so.
I've been on jobs where that 2%, we wouldn't have caught it on the job. I mean, that's just so minuscule, you never would have thought that would have done something.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm good for now.
Any other issues to bring up at the meeting today? If not, I move to adjourn.
And we're meeting
Second.
again next Monday.
Yeah, and it's the canvas of the election, so 11 o'clock on Monday, the 13th.
Okay, we got a motion to adjourn, second by Commissioner Garing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0.
Krista, do you have something with leadership?